We have now acquired a majority stake in Transtar, which is a freight forwarding company which is based in Australia. But the reason why we are acquiring the company is that it is a very well-run company which is run by a family, and they will be continuing to run the business going forward. But they have a significant own office presence in all across Asia and China. And for us, it's giving us a unique capability in terms of the freight forwarding links they have in Asia, and of course Australia is also added. And with our Indian freight forwarding company being put together along with this, we will have a significant freight forwarding business spread across Asia, India, and of course serving customers in Europe and USA post this acquisition. So this company is currently doing around 850 crore in Indian rupee terms, about $130 million, and we expect that they will close 2016 March with a turnover of around 1,000 crores, which will also be partially due to new customers which we will bring to the table. If I look at the total logistics space, what we have realized is that obviously there is the import-export trade which takes place, and freight forwarding was always seen as a commodity business where you are just doing freight container shipping. But now it has changed significantly. Now customers do expect value addition, they expect last mile, they expect track and trace. Therefore, companies like TVS Logistics can also excel in that area. And we had been looking to identify somebody who has some unique capability, and Transtar has one unique capability, which is manage their back office very well. And that back office is actually based in Wuhan in China. And what they have done is they have used that to quickly ramp up their own office network all across Asia. And what they were lacking was presence in Europe, India and US, which TVS Logistics has. So I think it's helped bring together that, so to say, unique capability of where I have a customer, but they have the freight forwarding capability and know-how, or they have a customer, but I have a geographical presence and also a good relationship with that customer in that geography. So they will be significant because both are large acquisitions. Diesel was around 1,000 crores, Transtar is also around 850 crores. So it will be quite valuation also from a turnover perspective, but I think equally importantly is what it brings to a customer. So if I look at Diesel, for example, they have a lot of customers who are actually asking them to bring goods which are right now imported from, say, Asia. So actually with Transtar, we can go to the same customer and say, I'll bring an integrated solution for you, where working at Diesel and Transtar together, I can bring this together. So I also forgot to mention that we now have this TVS Asianics, which is the holding company which we had set up in Singapore last year, with a very senior, so to say, seasoned professional who was ex-CEO of APL Logistics called Jim McAdam. So he is being given the responsibility of piloting our freight forwarding business and also working through this Pan-Asia growth story. So we believe that between Diesel, Transtar, and also the current businesses which we have in Asia and India, there's going to be significant synergies taking place. We expect that because obviously Diesel and Transtar have happened mid of the year, we'll be taking only from the post CCI approval for Diesel. So if I look at that, we have finished 2015 March with around 3,100 crores. We'll be finishing 2016 March with around 4,700 or 4,800 crores, depending on how the year finishes. And 2017, we should be around 6,500.
That's been the $1 billion target.
Yes, of course, the subject to the moving dollar. In fact, we were hopeful that we will close to, because I had told that our target was to aim for in 2015-16. So we were hopeful that if these acquisitions taken place as of 1st of April, we could have come very close to that. So freight forwarding will start contributing a significant portion. Right now, with the current turnover as it is with the two companies, we'll be close to around 17-18% will be freight forwarding. Going forward, we think it will be around 25% of our turnover will come from freight forwarding. I don't think turnover is going to be what will determine when we will go public. I think the organization should be ready, and also we should have tapped its full potential. That's the way I will put it. I am still thinking that there is some more work we can do So I'm not too sure that we will necessarily be looking. I think I already mentioned we will do when we are ready, rather than because there is a field that we are large enough, etc. I want to do this evaluation that so we had this freight forwarding story which we had wanted to script, which I think we have now completed. We are working on whether we should be having a more larger play in e-commerce, or how should we be looking at that. Then there is, so to say, the India bit as to what are the other opportunities we have in India. I'm not talking about acquisitions, but even organically, what should we be doing there. So I think we have, and also the infrastructure side, we will need to support all of this. And finally, there is this challenge of integration. So I think we'll have to keep thinking through before we decide.